Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, October the 6th, 2023. Friday, October the 6th. Well, I tell you, I didn't see it anywhere until late Saturday night because it did not air out here on Friday because it was preempted. But anyway, I got to see it. Look, it was a filler episode. This is going to be a super fast recap. It was all about Sunny. Sonny was going to various people. He stopped in to see Alexis, and he told her that there was a favor that he needed her to do, and here's what it is. And he didn't even ask it in such a way that he was asking her to do it. He was telling her to do it because she goes, gee, when somebody usually wants me to do a favor, they ask nicely. And then she looked at him. She goes, anyway, what do you want? Because he's looking at her like, look. So he told her, I want you to put this paper of yours to good use and save a man's life. So they didn't show him telling her the details, but he told her about the judge, how he's trying to get to a higher office, and he's been handing out harsher sentences to make a name for himself. And Drew was one of those sentences. So Alexis and Gregory were talking about it because Gregory's like, look, do you really want to get into, you know, writing something on a judge? Just because Sonny asked you, you really want to do his bidding? And Alexa says, well, Gregory is not doing his bidding. If this issue and this article has merit, then I want to cover it. She says, and if it has no merit, then I'm not going to cover it. She goes, but I won't know until we look into it. So he's gonna look into it with her, and because she goes, because from what I see, preliminary, he is trying to impress higher ups. So perhaps with some pressure, he could reduce Drew's sentence. She goes, first, you know what, judges, from what I know, and I know a lot of them, they are self-serving, so they eat up attention. So we're going to invite him to just come do an interview. And he goes, ooh, and then you're going to put the screws to him. So she goes, we'll see what he can get. We'll see what he gives us, right? Then Sonny goes by and Sonny sees Michael at Aurora, and Michael's shocked. And he says, Michael, I need you to do me a favor. And it's only a favor that you can do. Michael looked at him and said, what is it? He goes, Nina and I are getting married. We're eloping. We're getting married tomorrow on the island. And it would mean the world to her if her daughter would be there. Michael looked at him. He goes, and it would mean the world to me if you are there. I don't know if he mentioned the grandkids. I don't know. Maybe he did. Um, so Michael just looked at him and he says, look, I can't give you an answer. I got to talk to Willow, see how she feels on this. And Sonny's like, no, it's understandable. So Michael goes to GH and Willow was on break and she comes out and he tells her. And she goes, Michael, a wedding with 200 people where we could blend in the background, that's one thing. And I'm thinking, blend in the background, you're going to be up sitting in the family row. What you talking about? But I guess she means at the reception and everything else. And so she says, but, ooh, just a small family ceremony? That's a lot of interaction. She says, I gotta think about it. So I honestly didn't hear Willow give a hard answer on this episode, right? So then Sonny he swings by to see Anna. Anna's in the mix, and he's telling Anna, listen, Everything okay? Any problems? She goes, no, no, your security's doing a good job, no incidences, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, look, the reason why is I'm going to be out of town for a few days, getting married. So she goes, oh, he goes, so if anything happens, I am just a phone call away. And she goes, Sonny, you are getting married. There's no way I'm calling you. I will handle whatever happens myself. It's okay for me to take your security, but I can handle myself with them and you're gone. You're out of town. Come on, son. So anyway, he goes, look, I just want you to know what's going on. So she told him she appreciated it, right? Then Sonny goes by and he sees Christina. And Christina is without a doubt all 100% in, right? You want me to what? I'm there, right? I'm surprised she wouldn't say Nina would love for you to be her maid. I'll be the maid of honor. Christina's down for the cause. So Dante comes in and I think he says him and Sonny kind of greet each other, but Sonny's on his way out, right? And so Christina goes, are you going to the wedding? He goes, no, Sonny already talked to me. And I told him I can't get away, on the moment's notice like this. And she goes, why not? I'm sure the Port Charles softball team can be without a pitcher for a few days. And he goes, ha ha ha, very funny, Christina. He goes, no. He says, my workload, I've got a lot of things going on, from Valentine taking Charlotte to, things that happen with Sasha. It's just right now it's a little chaos, just chaos right now. And it's just now getting settled. And me going out of town, it's just not the right time. So she goes, you can, so she's going on. He goes, you know what, Chrissy, wait. You seem to be taking this harder than Sonny took it. He understood. He understands I am on his side. I always have back our father, which he has. He says that he understands this spur of the moment. It just won't work for me and the family. And so she goes, okay. She goes, I was just hoping that, would have been somebody else there. So she goes, is Michael going? Well, Dad asked, and Michael said he had to talk to Willow. Michael didn't give an answer. But I don't know, Michael, he more than likely may not. She says, and I a whole weekend with Nina is just a bit much for me. And Dante says, well, that's surprising. You've been team Nina from the beginning. And she goes, I may support Dad. And if Nina makes him happy, Nina makes him happy. But I didn't forget what Nina did to Michael and Willow. I haven't forgotten that. And I just don't, a whole weekend of that. I'm going to do it for Dad's sake, but I would rather have somebody else there, too. So she was honest. And that was the first time I heard Christina being honest about Nina. And then we have Sonny. He goes to see Carly. And he delicately tells Carly, and he's told her about Alexis. He's got Alexis. She's going to look into, doing a piece on the judge. Carly's happy about that. But she's like, look, you coming by, both girls are in school. So I guess Carly still has Avery, right? She goes, both girls are in school. So you don't want to talk to them. So what do you want to say to me? So then he goes, Nina and I are getting married tomorrow. We're eloping. Carly just looked at him. Okay. And I wanted, to tell you myself. And I also, it would mean the world to me if my kids could be there. Carly goes, oh, there it is. She goes, I've asked Michael, he's going to talk to Willow, and, I've touched bases with everybody else, but I would love it if Donna could go. And so Carly says, of course, Sonny, Donna can go. She's your daughter, you know. And do me one favor. I know she's gonna be beautiful. She loves weddings, you know. Take a few pictures of her and send them to me. I would love to see Donna, right? And she goes, and I'm sure Ava won't have a problem with Avery going. And so he goes, I've been trying to reach Ava all morning and I can't reach her. And Carly says, you know, she hasn't gotten in touch with me about Avery either for after school. So she goes, look, Ava can bring Avery over here and you could pick both of the girls up from here. He goes, well, I'm gonna keep trying to reach her. And you know what, everybody? I completely forgot Austin snatched her. It's gonna take a minute before they realize Ava is missing. A minute. That's gonna be interesting. So then the only other thing that happened is, oh, Valentine is, oh, he's so worried about Charlotte. So, oh my goodness. And oh, Charlotte. And I'm looking for a psychiatrist or psychologist for her right now, a counselor, but you know, it's delicate in her, you know, with her situation, it's delicate. I gotta find the right person. And she goes, you still haven't said anything? He goes, no, I think it's the Cassadine Cur. Oh, come on. And I'm thinking, still haven't said anything. Right? So Nina goes, we're going to get Charlotte all the help she needs, Valentine. You know that I love her. You know. And he goes, I know you do. And I couldn't get through this without you and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, you know, that's one reason I came over. I'm leaving town for a few days. And he goes, what? She goes, yes, Sonny and I are getting married. We're going to his island in Puerto Rico. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, Laura's coming back. She's on a plane right now coming back to help with the Charlotte situation. So Charlotte comes to the door. Papa, are you keeping things from me? And he looks at her and she goes, you didn't tell me Nina was coming by. Oh, and she fawns over Nina, hugs Nina, and she goes, Nina, are you gonna stay and can you stay and have dinner with Papa and me? And Nina says, no. As a matter of fact, I have to go and get packed. She goes, packed? She goes, Sonny and I are going away for a few days. Why she didn't say I'm getting married this weekend? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you tell Charlotte that? That's happy news. You're just going away for the week. No, you're getting married, chick. That's a big difference. And so she goes, well, maybe when you get back, me, you, and Papa can go away. And Valentine looks at Nina, no, but I tell you, see, had she said, I'm going away to get married, that really would have made Charlotte's comment more inappropriate, right? But you left it vague. She goes, I tell you what, soon we will plan a girls' weekend out and we will you and I will do something. So Charlotte goes, oh, and hugs her. I love you, Nina. I love you. And she's looking at her papa like, see, this one I want. The typical. And Valentine is just looking at her like, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I see what you're doing. So anyway, that was about the most interesting. Robert and Anna talked, the same about it, yada, yada. But that's about it. Nothing else that really struck to mind. It was just that this was a filler. Him going to everybody and then pieces of those conversations. That's all they did. So I'll be back Monday for the next daily recap of General Hospital.